My hat, my hat, my hat. They're dancing around my hat. My hat, my hat, my hat. Well, what do you think of that? If it looks like a Mexican hat dance and it sounds like a Mexican hat dance, it's most likely a Mexican hat dance. So take off your hat and let's dance.
Yay! Oh my God. Why don't we just call that as the end of the show? Hello, and welcome to DORK Addendum 9. That's right. There's been 8 of these. It's about 15 minutes. I read your messages. Right now, we're going to finish 2012, you guys. It's amazing. Know in your heart that Patrick Brady doesn't fix this audio. I do. So all problems should be emailed at me, Jackie, at JackieCation.com. You know the websites, JackieCation.com and thedorkforest.com. So let's just do the addendum. Here's one from December 18th, 2012 from Justin I'm not kidding. ZZYZK or ZX. Hi, Jackie, or if fame permits, the person who answers Jackie's messages, or if shame permits, hello, trash can. Justin, you had me at that first paragraph, whatever. You followed me on Twitter today, which I had to think, oh no, someone has hacked Jackie. Then I thought, oh no, Jackie is savvy with her social networking. She knows that by friending me, the chances of me hitting that link to your website was too great. And then I thought, oh my God, the social media expert that Jackie is too good. Either way, check this out. Wow, that is a long paragraph, Justin. A client of mine, I own the-vug.com, VUG. If you think you are a dork, my life is crystals. Oh, that is a dorkdom that I have not yet had on the program, a crystal dork. What else? A client of mine loves comedy but lives in Denver. He took a trip out to L.A. to have a meeting, and I took him and his wife to Tiger Lily, one of my personal favorite places to go. This is in 2012. Tiger Lily, I don't know if it's still going on. That was a great show that Maria Natasha Leggero and Melinda Hill started that show, and Jazz Ponce ran it for many years. In September, Justin says, I had visited him in Denver, and the rental car had only a CD player, so no jack for the phone, so I had him burn me some CDs. I asked him for music, and I got comedy. Carlin, Aziz, and you. That is nice, whatever, the company. I don't know how it was possible for me to have not really heard your material before, but oh man, that was good stuff. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Justin. Equally awesome was the fact that I got to take him to Tiger Lily while you were performing. Since then, his wife and him have gone to 2 shows in Denver and plan on more. Tiger Lily was the first comedy show he went to, and now he's an avid listener of your podcast and tons of other ones, so he credits me for breaking him in. But it was really the fact that he got to see you that flipped his tassels, so thank you. You never know when some out-of-towner who has never been to a comedy show is going to be so amazed by your performance that they actually go and start supporting comedy in their area. Good stuff. Hey, all I post on Twitter is insanity and minerals, but thanks for following me, possible spam bot. All the best, Justin. Well, Justin, I am real, and I think we follow each other on Twitter now, or from December of 2012. The next day, December 19th, Marcy Brown writes, Jackie, my husband and I are huge fans of yours. We still years later look at each other and say, Brickle Chip. Ah, that's a classic. So when he asked, late, but he's a guy, who I'd like a mug from, I thought of you. But dang, you have hoodies, media, no mugs. No Pioneer Prostitute mug? No Dork Forest mug? This saddens me. Is it too late this year? Oh, it's too late this year, but maybe next year you can make it possible. Many thanks, Marcy. Well, 2012, guess what didn't happen, Marcy? I don't have any mugs. I think I emailed you back and told you that mugs were they're so heavy that I'd have to charge so much for them to send off mugs. Anyway, 12/23/2012. So my bestie has finally understood my love of all things Cation after listening to a year of the Dork Forest, and we've decided we need to go see you perform in 2013 at your most favorite venue. Where is that, and when will you be there? Merry ho ho, and all that jazz. This is from December 23rd, 2012. Chris in Salt Lake City. Well, Chris, my favorite place to perform is my home club in Minneapolis. Here's something you should know. I'm going to be in Salt Lake City at the last weekend of March, and you could come and see me do stand-up there. You can come and see a live Dork Forest, because Keith Stubbs wants to do a live Dork Forest, and I am all in favor of it. 12/26/2012, Boxing Day. This is from Chad Denick, who talks to me all the time still. Friend of the show, Chad Denick from Washington, the state of Washington. Still catching up on select episodes. On Pardos, you mentioned getting to the airport early. Yes, I support that 100%. Tawny and I are taking a vacation to Southern California in May of next year. That'll be May of 2013. If I had my way, I'd head to the airport tonight and wait for my flight. You never know what kind of craziness will make you late. Same with this letter, Chad. Thanks for writing back in December of 2012. Todd Mason, avid writer, writes all the time. Here's one that he wrote January of 2013. Oh, wow, we're in 2013. Holy smokes. January 3rd, 2013. Cats want to be on your keyboard because they want your attention. It's their more proactive variation on random barking. They can, like Tiberius the iguana, want to use you as a warming stone as well, but then they basically get in your lap. Getting on the keyboard might be a prelude to that, but it also allows them to see what the hell's so damn fascinating about the rattle board and the big flat light. Oh, nothing. Well, here I am. I, too, had much more fun than Sori or Parcheesi. Time for me, my ape. God, I wonder what that was about, Todd. It's from 2013, but we're in 2013, you guys. It's exciting. Todd continues to write, I've suggested more than once that Jackie Cation and Maria Bamford are our current model Mort Saul and Lenny Bruce. I forget which one I am, Todd, which might not please Saul, I hope solely, because he's likely to note, hey, I'm still here, and might not please Bamford in some part because how famously Bruce isn't. Oh, I'm Mort Saul. And how that slow slide went down. Bamford is dramatic and often creates a world in her work in which she explores how we can be crazed, even when that's expressed only in small slights or petty discourtesy, and Jackie often seems to be wryly, imaginatively calling back from letting ourselves be crazed, more storytelling than enacting, and with more empathy than Saul sometimes has displayed. Both women often suggest... You're writing this to me, right, Todd? Both women. I think this must have been two other people, because I think I'm on an email list of yours, Todd. Both women often suggesting how we might be slighting our better natures. Without even as much lecturing as Bruce and Saul can be prone to, maybe having learned from their and others' examples. All right, then. Rich Johnson wrote in January 7th of 2013, as a big fan of the podcast and having never seen your comedy in person, I've surmised that I would love it if you did a Chicago date. I know you sometimes tour with Bamfoo and have noticed that their openings in March, both of your schedules, according to your respective websites. This is January of 2013. I have been to Chicago since then. I will come again. What, do you favor a specific club or chain of them? I usually play Zanies, but I like Up. That's the answer to that, Rich. I know there are certain promoters you do not like to work for due to their scumbaggedness. Main Stage in Rogers Park is awesome. That's done now. And the excellent Dan Telfer is nearby. Up Comedy Club is great. Zanies has 4 locations. Schaumburg has an improv. Swanky, no connection to chicken Popeyes anymore. I will harass the booker wherever you like. Just letting you know you have a big fan in Illinois. Well, tell the people at Up. Tell the people at Zanies. Thank you, Rich Johnson, if you're still listening to the show from January 7th of 2013. January 8th of 2013, Christopher Miller. I was glad to hear your pod appearance on Kickin' It Mary Lynn style and was particularly elated that you mentioned having read the Fletch novel. Oh my God, this is a 2-page email about Fletch that I've received from Christopher Miller. I take it you are a fan of the Fletch novels, Christopher Miller. I do like the Fletch novels. As you may know, Gregory MacDonald passed away in 2008, and there are 9 additional Fletch novels and 2 spin-offs, one involving Fletch's son and Flynn featured in Confess Fletch. I want to give you this background information for 2 reasons. A, I wanted to share my enthusiasm for all things related to Fletch and ask if you had followed any of the other books. I have. I've read all of the Flynn. I've read all of the Fletch. And B, mention to you rather shamelessly on my part that I have a personal interest in all things pertaining to Fletch because I had, on a couple of occasions, met and spoken with Gregory MacDonald in person. This may not come as a shock to a well-established celebrity like myself, but in a small town in Tennessee, one rarely gets to meet their idol. So, let me just indulge me. Okay, well, I'm psyched that you got to meet Mr. MacDonald. That's awesome. Thanks for your time and interest. I wish you continued success and appreciate your unique outlook and perspective. Sincerely, Chris from Tennessee. Awesome. Well, that's a good one. On the 9th, I got something from Chris, but this is at Exploding Possum on Twitter. Hey, Jack, but this is from 2013. In your love of young adult books, I have a new one to throw your way. This book is Amalgamate by Mike Sin. That is a heck of a moniker. Micque, Mike. Sin, Synne. It's available on Kindle. Just finished book one, and an inside note, book 2 is under development from 2013. Maybe it's done. Anyway, let me know what you think. I have not read it. Yeah, I have not read it. And then I was thinking about reading some of these Twitter ones, but I think it's going to have to wait till DORK Addendum 10. Can you imagine a DORK Addendum when we're in double-digit dorkdoms? But I'll read those next time. I have a stack of books that I am reading. I should tell you that Brian Kiley left me his book, The Astounding Misadventures of Rory Collins. That looks good. Jim Wooster, friend of the show, left me The Laughing Policeman by Madge Sjowall and Perwahlloo with a boatload of umlauts. The Laughing Policeman. It's a Martin Beck police mystery. That kind of looks good. And my young nephew Michael, recommended a nonfiction book called, he's 16, A Long Way Gone, Memoirs of a Boy Soldier by Ishmael Beah, Beah. And it is, this guy's like 32 years old now, and he wrote about being a boy soldier when he was 12 in Africa. And I want to read all of those. The game that I'm playing right now is called Criminal Case. Criminal Case is better than it has any right to be, you guys. I'm on case number 54. It's a Facebook iPad game, and it is hilariously inaccurate. I actually Andy and I looked up the other day who made it. It's a team in France, which means there's a reason why their American history is super convoluted, not particularly racially sensitive, and all kinds of hilarity is going on. Case number 54, you guys. They're killing off characters I know. Criminal Case. It's a hidden object game. It should be horrible. It should just be, a way to keep my brain elastized. But I'm really enjoying it. Anyway. Oh, wow. So that's my dorkdoms. We have a couple of minutes left. Let's read some iTunes reviews from 2007 from someone named Way Taller Than You from January 16, 2007. Jackie and Joe are the funniest dorks around. Even though I'm more of a pop culture dork and they talk a lot of topics I know nothing about, I still enjoy the show every week. Some of the guests have frightened me a bit, the unemployed Skeletor dude, for example, but they always bring the funny. That's great. That's the oldest review that I have, 2007. Nobody was reviewing the show in 2006, probably for the best, since I was like listening to AM radio held up to a telephone is one of the reviews I got that year. Nerding Out Funny Style from Bad Banana Flavor wrote in August of 2007, it's great to hear people getting a chance to voice what really piques their interests, what they're passionate about. It's even better when you get to hear people voicing their passions while someone else is making fun of their obsessions. Oh, these are the early days of the Dork Forest when we weren't the safest space. There was some mocking. It's a nice, lighthearted way to be a bystander listening to people having their moment in the sun, dorking out while Jackie and Joe poke fun at the interests of their guests. Oh, then we moved to 2008. What's Up with the Sound? 2 stars. The other 2 were 5 stars. This is back when it was Blog Talk Radio. It was a conference call. Gonzo Dave writes, June 20th, 2008, I like the idea, but the sound quality is awful. I've tried listening with headphones and with speakers, and the sound is crap. Oh, well. Anyway, it will get better. July 2nd, 2009, 3 stars. Tiny Snowboard Brothers writes, I love everything that this podcast has going for it, but unfortunately it sounds as if it was recorded with a CB radio. If the problem of the audio quality was fixed, it would probably find myself anxiously awaiting the next episode, but it's such a struggle to listen to. I really hope the audio problems can be fixed because I know this would be one of my favorite podcasts. I hope you stuck it out, Tiny Snowboard Brother. I really do. 2009. February of 2010, February 16th, from Thanks, I'm Deaf Now. I think that's this must be the subject lines. Sounds like an answering machine being replayed through a megaphone. For a group of dorks, you'd think they'd know a thing or two about microphones. I have no doubt the content of the show is incredibly fascinating and that I would easily be a lifelong fan if it weren't for the sound quality issues. Seriously, guys, 90% of your listeners use earbuds, and if you're going to be their fifth most intimate of orifices, you got to be smooth, not spiky. This is a great review. I find that review to be hilarious. 2 stars. Joe Wilson writes, we're working on it. And the Dork Forest is a place filled with people obsessed with all kinds of things or dorkdoms. Listen and learn, laugh. It gets pretty dorky in the Dork Forest in a good way. 2010 in March. Cation kills it. Hilariously original thinker. Louise Palenka writes, everything dork is cool again. I love this show. I could listen to Jackie for hours. She's hilarious in a sweet way. Her stream of consciousness is completely contagious. She and her guests make you feel you are just hanging and laughing. The range of topics upon which one can dork out is vast. It's such a trip. Listen for yourself and go, Jackie. Someone named Katie. 5 times, Katie. Great comic, great podcast. March of 2010. Also, March 12th of 2010, Uber Dork writes, this podcast is amazing and so much fun. Finally, a safe space for dorks. I could listen to the Dork Forest for hours and hours. Always fun topics, great jokes, funny comics, great time. Here's the thing. I'm going to assume 2010 is when the audio got fixed and when I realized it was supposed to be a safe space. So we're going to leave it at that, you guys. We've made it through 2012 on your emails. Next time, on the next Dork Addendum, I'll read 2013, and then we'll continue to go back in time with these beautiful iTunes reviews, which you can continue to add, because there's only 100 of those, so I should be able to get through those pretty quick. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Feel free to email me if you want, and let me know what's going down. Jackie@JackieCation.com. Take care of each other out there. Bye.